let's talk about Fort Bend County.
I'll walk over here and make sure I do this right. Oh, yeah.
Financial transparency. We just received notice that for the third consecutive year, we are in the Gold Leadership Circle, which is the highest ranking for counties in the state of Texas when it comes to financial transparency. What does that mean? That simply means that we put all of our financial documents on the web for your inspection at your leisure. We have our annual audit, we have our annual budget, and we also have our check register. So you at any time can go through on the internet and you can comb through those files and determine who got what or who didn't get what. It's a matter of public record. We were told we scored 18 out of 20 points. We could have scored the 20 points if we had put a 5-year history of the check register on the net. And I don't see that that serves any good purpose. I think what you're interested in is what we're spending money for now. That's all a matter of public record if folks want it. But I figure when the technology gets up that we can do it at a nominal cost, we'll probably go ahead and do it. But we're very pleased with that award because financial transparency was one of the platforms when I first ran for office that we all could put the information out there. Not everybody in the county is interested in going through the check register or going through the budget or looking at the audit, but some folks are very interested in that, and from time to time, folks do get curious as to what the county's doing. They ought to be able to find that information without having to go to some office somewhere in the county and dig through files. So we're very pleased with that. And now I'm going to put my glasses on because I have to read my own writing. Rather than me look at it, I'm going to ask you to tell me. I'll give you the heading and you tell me if it's up there and then I'll talk to it. Does it say 2012 budget?
Yes.
Oh, good. We're still on program. Budget for this year, fiscal year 2012, is $252,079,482. Doesn't sound like much if you say it real fast. We asked all the departments in the county in this year's budget to maintain operating expenses at their 2011 levels, and most succeeded. There were 2 or 3 that couldn't, just because of growth in services, the opening of new facilities, et cetera, et cetera. But most succeeded. The adopted budget, which we're working under this year, contains no pay increase for county employees. This is the 3rd consecutive year without a pay increase for county employees. Again, I went public 4 years ago when we saw the economy was in trouble. We saw we were going to have problems. Our values were being rolled back, and our reflection to a reduction in property values across the county, which really reflected the stagnant condition of the economy, the United States economy. And I said we would not be in a position to give pay increases to county employees until the economy began to recover significantly. However, I pledged those employees that heard me that we would not do a reduction in force. That there might not be more money as we struggle through, but we would keep everybody working in the county. And we've been able to do that. We've been able to do that, and I don't think the average citizen has seen any decline in the services rendered by at the county employee level. I will tell you, having worked with these folks for 9 years, we have over 2,000 employees. They are dedicated. They have a wonderful work ethic. And if you let them know what the issues are, they're willing to work with you to help solve some problems. And I do appreciate their effort. This year, we were able to give a one-time, non-recurring compensation for all employees hired prior to October 1 of 2010. Basically, that was $750 in a one-time payment to full-time employees hired prior to October 1, 2010, and $350 to full-time, part-time employees. I know that sounds sort of oxymoronic, but there really is a designation for a full-time, part-time employee. And it was really a way of easing the stress of being in their fourth year without a pay increase. It amounted to about 1/2 a step on our matrix. But based on the comments and emails I got back from the employees, it was very appreciated. And it certainly reflects the respect that the Commissioners Court had for them. Why did we do a one-time non-recurring lump sum compensation? Well, we don't know where the economy is going. We hope it's moving back up, but if it doesn't, we can reevaluate whether we can do that again next year without being bound to do it, which we would be with a salary increase of any size. We did add 48 new positions in the county, and that's just a reflection of the fact that although we've been in a very deep recession, this county continues to grow. We add somewhere north of 10,000 new residents every year. And right now, it looks like it's running at a 15 to 17,000 run rate in new citizens moving in. So in 4 years we've added about 45,000 new residents during this period of recession. That's not like the 27, 28,000 a year we were adding just leading up to the recession, but it's still positive growth. We still have new home sales, we still have a real estate market, and our unemployment numbers are very good, especially compared to the rest of Texas and the United States. Our tax rate continues to hold steady for the 6th year at 49.976 cents per 100. We're proud of that. Especially when you look at what we've accomplished in other areas in this last 5 years. Is it safe facilities completed? Okay, let me talk about that. You look at that list on the left-hand side. None of those facilities existed in 2006. We have, in the last 5 years, completed a new Justice Center, an annex in Missouri City, new Emergency Medical Services headquarters in Rosenberg, a new Precinct 1 office over by the Justice Center, a new tax office for the county by the Justice Center. We built a new Gus George Law Enforcement Academy. We built the Precinct 3 Service Center up at Grand Parkway at West Park Toll. We've completed the Sienna Branch Library. We've completed the massive county jail expansion. We've completed a vehicle maintenance expansion for the county. We've completely rebuilt and modernized our 911 communications call center. We've completed the e-bill service center, really a road and bridge and maintenance and some purchasing activities down there out of that center. We built a new JJAEP, which is an education program for juveniles. We built a new juvenile academy in Rosenberg. We completely remodeled the historic new house, Kitty Hollow Park. If you haven't been down there to look at it, you ought to go see it. It's a marvelous restoration. And we just recently cut the ribbon on the new University Branch Library at the University of Houston Sugar Land campus. That's 964,637 square feet of new building in 5 years. We've increased the available office space in Fort Bend County by 54% over what was on the ground in 2005. We've obviously taken on the debt to do that. About $175 billion. We voted those facilities. We said there would be no more than a 2-cent increase in our debt service rate. So this time we've done it, there's been no impact on our debt service rate. We've been able to find the savings in O&M to offset the slight increase in our debt service payments and keep our rate flat. That takes a lot of hard work on the part of the commissioners that stood and those two that aren't here. I'm happy to stand up here and tell you the good news, but it wouldn't get done without them, and it wouldn't get done with a lot of fine employees backing us up. Fort Bend County Justice Center, I hope.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. 265,000 square feet of Justice Center, 17 courtrooms, a new jury assembly area, a grand jury area, a law library. This building can expand to 27 courtrooms. It's built to serve this county for decades to come. County clerk, the district clerk, the district attorney currently are in this building along with the 17 courts. Those offices will all relocate at some point down the road to an office building that will be built immediately adjacent to the Justice Center on the land already set aside for that purpose. That will allow us to finish out 27 courtrooms. Everything in that building is built to support 27 courtrooms, so it's just a material build out to put the other 10 courtrooms in place. This building is built with holding cells for adults and juveniles. We have a capacity of 112 inmates within the building. It's expandable to 146. All inmate access is gained through secure passages from the jail. Our inmates never go outside the jail or the Justice Center or the tunnel between them to and from the court trial. If any of you have ever done jury duty in the old Ramsey building, you know it wasn't too unusual to run into having to stand aside while 5 or 6 inmates were let in to go up to court. I always wondered what happened to that inmate if 4 or 5 people saw him in shackles going up to court and then ended up selected to sit on that jury and look at them as a defendant. It's hard to separate that in your mind. No longer happens. 1, they're completely isolated. 2, when they come into the courtroom and face their juror, they're in civilian clothes. They're there to be judged. They're innocent until proven guilty, regardless of the fact situation, and we now are able to give them that opportunity to enhance their chances for trial. Secondly, some of these folks are dangerous. Some of them are innocent, some of them are minor criminals, some of them are dangerous. They don't interact with our citizens. Tremendous improvement. We were able, because of the economy, we didn't plan to put a parking garage up, but with the help of our consultant architect and J.E. Dunn, that was the construction company on this site on a design build basis, we were able to save enough money that we were able to go ahead and put a 3-story parking garage adjacent to the new Justice Center. And then we have acres of parking around there that we thought would be ample. And it is, except on Tuesdays when jury pools are. We still have a problem because we call hundreds of people for jury pools. And if a high percentage of them show up on pool day, parking is scarce. So Tuesday mornings, if you're in jury duty, my recommendation is go early, get your parking space, go in there, have a cup of coffee, read a book. Should say lobby before. This is the old lobby of the Travis building. These are jurors trying to get through the single metal detector that was in that building. This line generally on Tuesdays ran out into the parking lot until about 9 o'clock in the morning. We wrapped around our little lobby there in the Travis building, moved out in the parking lot. Lobby after, we can handle some folks here. We get them, if we get the car parked, we can get them through the building. This building has escalator service to all 3 floors as well as elevator service. And I think those escalators are getting the rave reviews right now because folks can move very quickly where they need to be in the building. This is the Justice Center. There's a reason it's the Justice Center. We have a courthouse, and it's the building sitting there on Jackson Street with the clock tower and the clock tower. That is the Fort Bend County Courthouse. People refer to it as the historic courthouse. And well, they should. It opened for business in January of 1909. We named the Justice Center the Justice Center and put those letters big on the building so everybody would know that it was not the county courthouse and would not be the county courthouse. That title rests with our historic courthouse on Jackson Street. The Justice Center is the temporary courthouse while the historic courthouse awaits a restoration. It's showing a little age at 103. And I guess I'd be showing a little age at 103 too. So it needs a little Botox. It needs a tummy tuck. It needs a facelift. And it needs a shot of vitamin pills to modernize it, put it back in service for another 100 years. Once the restoration is complete, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as we get into this, it will house the Constitution County Judge. There's There's only one constitutional county.